wonderful. It's so good to see
to you, my queen.
Thanks, Master Healer Kahil Gabron. And we talked about the plants. If you could be like a plant and live off of the air, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's, I mean, you're living off of oxygen, and you're oxidizing your whole body when you take in the plants. So with this oxygen, you're just buoyant, you're uplifted, you're inspired. And in that inspiration, you can inspire the world, your family, your community. If you can elevate, if you can raise your frequency through the oxygen in your food, you would overcome, you would be transformed. Dr. Love, what a joy to have you here. Thank you, first of all, for
it's great to be in the presence of the queen.
Oh, well, the king man. Thank you so much. You're in the book Planet Heal.
I'm in the book Planet Heal.
I tracked it down.
You did track me down. You definitely tracked me down.
I did.
So I'm living in Florida. I'm living in Florida, 3 miles from the ocean. And for the last 17 years, I've been teaching Qigong at the beach every day, 6 days a week.
What?
Every day I'm teaching Qigong, and I know you remember our mentor, Dr. Wolde Kite, who introduced me to Qigong, and he ordained me as a priest of Imhotep. So I've continued that journey. I've been in Florida actually 28 years. I've been living in Florida, but I come back and forth to New York often enough that a lot of people think I still live there. And
what do you do? You know, you're like bi-coastal. You know, you do travel back.
Well, I'm going to become a snowbird. I'm going to move back to New York next May, and I'm going to do 6 months in New York, 6 months in Florida.
Okay. All right. Was that always your vision, to be able to travel and live that way?
Well, my original vision was to get out of New York, because I had a recurring nightmare that I was going to die in New York. And when I moved to Florida, my whole life blossomed. I got remarried. I have a daughter who's now 25 years old. Wow. Drop dead gorgeous. So, so now that she's grown, I'm now free to do more traveling. So the last 2 years, I've been traveling all over the world, bringing the message of Qigong to the world. In fact, I wrote a book called The World Needs Qigong. And so spiritual elevation, the Kemetic origin that we learned from Baba Nehru, the science of Imhotep that we learned from Dr. Wolde Kite. And I put all this together in my own teaching, which combines the Taoist, the ancient Kemetic, the Tibetan, the Chinese, and of course the West African. And so now I've taken Qigong into African dance, and I created something called Qi dance. And these are actual Qigong movements that we speeded up and put to Afro-Caribbean music. And I'm sure you know Hassan Bakar and Kevin Nathaniel. So they've been very instrumental in helping me co-create the music for the Qi dance. Perfect.
That's perfect.
And now we have an ongoing class every day online on how to build your immune system with Qigong.
Okay, so you're going to give us some techniques. You give up your techniques today on what we can do to protect and boost our immune system up and get our lungs stronger. Thank you. Let's all clap it up, gong it up for Dr. Love. Thanks for bringing us the wisdom of the ancient ones, the shining beings. So take your pen pads out or get moving with him. All right, we are all ready.
So first of all, the lungs are the most fragile organ in Chinese medicine. And our nose is created to actually warm the air that goes into the lungs. Otherwise, we would go from the nose directly into the lungs. But the nose has blood vessels that warms the air and takes the air up into the sinuses. And the sinuses is the area of incubation that allows bacteria, virus, fungus, and parasites to actually penetrate the body. So we need to do a saline solution up the nose. And I'm sure I remember distinctly, Queen Afua was the first one to teach me how to use a neti pot.
Mm-hmm.
And she used to teach yoga classes in her living room. So she taught me how to use a neti pot and how to clean the nasal sinus. And that's the first thing that we do. The second thing we do is we gargle with a half a lemon, a teaspoon of sea salt, and as hot as water as we can stand. And for 2 days, you need to gargle 3 times a day. That should clear anything that's in the back of the throat. So if you clean the nose, you clean the throat, it's highly unlikely anything will actually penetrate into your lungs. However, in one of our Qi dances, we teach how to drum your lungs, drum your heart, drum your lungs, drum your heart, drum your lungs. And if time permits, I'll play a little 30-second clip of the dance that we do every morning. Heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, chi, kidney, jing. And you can find that on YouTube or our Facebook. What's our Facebook? Blue Dragon Qigong Academy. And then that'll take you to a private group, Boost Your Immune System with Qigong. So that's our starting point. But then we've got to learn the breath of fire, which I'm sure Queen Afua also taught 35, 40 years ago. So the diaphragm is an umbrella-shaped muscle that pushes the air out of the lungs. So if you put your right hand with your thumb underneath your breastbone, your left hand behind it, the left hand represents the pancreas. So the pancreas is behind the stomach. And we should all know this. We slide the left hand to the left, that's the spleen. Right hand is the liver. So the diaphragm goes across the body, even with the belly button. So every time you breathe out, the diaphragm pushes up against pancreas, stomach, spleen, and liver. Now, when you breathe in, the lungs expand, pushing the oxygenated blood out. And that oxygenated blood goes out to the rest of the body. But the lungs push in on the heart, making the heart feel comforted, and down on the adrenal glands, which sit on top of the kidney, which calms and relaxes the nervous system, which is why they say, take a deep breath or take 10 deep breaths. So in this age of Corona, everyone is high anxiety, fearful, and worried, and just breathing will calm and relax your nervous system. Just breathing will actually strengthen your lungs. So the very thing that we're afraid of penetrating us is what we should be doing to strengthen the lungs instead of being fear of something coming in. Build up your own defense system. And that's why I teach the Blue Dragon Qi dance. Now, the last thing we can do is, assuming you have a partner or a loved one, you can pat their back. And if you pat their back, this is called Paida, this is a Chinese medicine technique. You break up any mucus that's coating the back of the lungs. Now, as Queen Afua has taught, again, for 40 years, dairy, flour, salt, sugar, animal fat, and fried. And we call those the 5 white devils. And what are the 5 white saviors? Onions, garlic, scallions, leeks, and shallots. And you need a combination of cooked and raw every day in your salad, in your vegetables, whatever you eat, and that cuts mucus in the lungs. So that is the food therapy that I teach. Avoid the 5 white devils, utilize the 5 white saviors. So now we want to focus on the breathing exercise. So besides pranayama, which is inhale, exhale, and you do that 16 or 32 times, then you reverse inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Besides pranayama, we want to do a cleansing breath where the exhale is twice as long as the inhale. So we're going to inhale on a count of 5 and exhale on a count of 10. Now this requires practice because the intercostal muscles, which are the muscles in between the ribs, they have to expand and contract. And if you aren't used to expanding your chest muscles, you may not be able to inhale on 5. You may only inhale on 4. So however you can get started, whether it's 4 and 8 or 3 and 6, but eventually get to inhale on 5, exhale on 10, which would be approximately 15 seconds. So 4 breaths would be 1 minute. 40 breaths would be 10 minutes. So when you wake up in the morning, do 40 breaths of the inhale on 5, exhale on 10. And just before you fall asleep, at bedtime, you're going to do the same 40 breaths. And over time, that's literally going to strengthen your lungs, because as you increase the capacity of the lungs to hold air, you increase the capacity of your lungs to purify the blood. Who doesn't want that? Everybody wants to purify their blood. Yeah. So do you have any questions? Does the audience have any questions they want to ask?
Kazi, any questions coming up? I'm so excited to hear this again because this is my life. You know, it's really bringing me back to, was it 25 years ago, 30 years ago, 90-some people were doing the fast at your wellness center?
1988, I remember it. Wow. January 1988. We did a 21-day fast.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
At the Imhotep Center, and Queen Afua was there as my rock.
Wow. Those were the days. Oh, back in the day.
Those were back in the days. That was 33 years ago. Wow. That was 33 years ago, Queen Afua.
33 years ago, 1988. And we're still on this journey. There's a lot to share. I'm excited about that dance that you were talking about.
Okay, well,
because you have really incorporated so many methods together. It's like one beautiful synergy, you know, from I love you sharing what to do on the back of your family member, because they need activities, because everybody's in the house together. And this is how they can healthy relationships, making a connection with their mates, with their children, and keeping their lungs strong. I can see that vision, you know. And the 40 breaths, yes, I'm hyped. Thank you. Keep going. Yeah.
So we're gonna see if we can do a. We're gonna see if we can do a little 30-second clip of the music, if that's okay with everybody.
Lovely. Lovely.
Okay.
Thank you for inviting us into your sacred space of work. I see all your works. Good thing.
Okay. So I can take it out. All right. Okay, hit the music, maestro. Put the camera, put that down, we just angle it up. Yeah. There we go. That's it. Can everybody see?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We see you. Yes, so, you're wonderful.
Heart, right hand over the heart, left hand over the lung, right hand over the liver, left hand over the spleen, right kidney, left kidney. Now, the Jing is the hormones. The Qi is the circulatory system. And the Shen is the mental intention, focus, and will. So Jing, Qi, and Shen is the three treasures. So the Jing is the reproductive and the digestive system. The Qi is the heart and lungs. And the Shen is the nervous system and the endocrine system. Okay, that's not the one, but we can go with the one you got. There you go. Spleen, kidney, G, kidney, Jing, heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, G, kidney, Jing. Shake your hand, move your cheek, shake your hand. Show me what you're working with. Shake your hand, move your cheek, shake your hand. Show me what you're working with. Drum the sky, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now drum the sky, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now drum the earth, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now drum the earth, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now shake it to the side, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now shake it to the side, side to side. Qigong, side to side. Now shake them up, move your cheek. Shake them up. Show me what you're working with. Shake them up. Move your cheek. Shake them up. Show me what you're working with. Now lean back. Lean back. Drum your lungs side to side. Qigong side to side. Now drum your lungs side to side. Qigong side to side. Now lean forward. Now drum your kidneys side to side. Qigong side to side. Now drum your kidneys side to side. Qigong side to side. Now thump your chest side to stomp. Qigong side to side. Now thigh to stomp side to side. Qigong side to side. Now sacral pump side to side. Qigong side to side. Now sacral pump side to side. Qigong side to side. Now right hand jig. Right hand jig. Left hand jig. Left hand G, right hand shin, right hand shin, left hand G, right hand G, right hand G, right hand G, left hand G, right hand shin, left hand G, 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 shin, shin, G, 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 heart, lung, liver, spleen, right kidney, left kidney, Jing, Qi, heart, lung, liver, spleen, right kidney, left kidney, Jing, Qi, lung, liver, spleen, right kidney, left kidney, Jing, Qi. Woo! Okay, speed it up. Cut it forward. Spleen, liver, liver, spleen, liver, right kidney, left kidney, right. Spleen, right kidney, left kidney, Jing, Qi, heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, Qi, kidney, Jing, heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, Qi, kidney, Jing, heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, Qi, kidney, Jing, heart, lung. Go ahead. I'll be back. Yeah. Blue Dragon, Qigong. So we cut it.
Wow, that was extraordinary. Thank you. Now you will have a great day with that.
It's just to give you a taste.
Body's awake.
And you can go to loveqigong.com. And
wonderful.
So what did you think?
Well, I'm great now. My whole body's vibrating at a whole nother level. I can feel my organs actually moving, flowing, it's real time for me. I love all forms of healing. So thank you. It's a connection. You put that music, you put the music together. It
Yes,
reminds me of my yoga dance. Go ahead. Thank you. That's putting us into a rhythmic flow. You have to have time to do that. So let's use this time. I don't use the word quarantine. I say this, we're doing a shut-in.
Shut in. That's a great word. Shut in.
We're going within, as our ancestors said, to come to life. In order to have longevity, you have to go within. And then this going within is our medicine. So we're taking this, what you gave us today, as part of our medicine check. There definitely has to be a follow-up and a follow-through. A lot of what you said is new to many of them, those who are maybe listening, but it's ancient wisdom. It's ancient wisdom, and it's been here from the beginning of time. And that ancient wisdom we can use today. And you have been a keeper of the ancient wisdom, the ancient teachings, and you take it to another level. You've internalized it so that you can feed it back to us, and so we receive it fully. So we just want to thank you so much for getting us awake, getting us connected. What did you call these 3 points? Because in womb yoga, I call the womb of the mind, the womb of the heart, and the seat of creation. You call these three jewels?
The 3 treasures.
The 3 treasures.
The 3 treasures. Jing.
And the 3 treasures is the crown.
Is the Shen.
The Shen.
The Shen, which is mental, intention, focus, and will.
I love it. Okay. And the heart center.
It's called the Qi, Qi. The Qi, which is the heart and lungs, because the heart sends the blood to the lungs for purification, and the lung sends it back. So heart, lung, heart.
They work together.
Heart, lung. So, and then the Jing, which is the hormones. So the Jing is a combination of the reproductive system and the digestive system, because the hormones are made from what you eat. So if you're eating crappy food, you get crappy hormones. And what woman over 40 has perfect hormones? Not too many. So the diet is key for the hormones. The diet is key for the hormones. And if the nutrients are not in the soil, then it can't be in the food. If the nutrients are not in the soil, it can't be in the food.
So most people are devitalized, and that makes us susceptible to the virus.
Exactly. And that's why juicing, Queen Afua, and you are the queen of juicing.
Yes. I would
the queen of juicing. That's why juicing is so very important. And people ask me all the time, and like, well, don't you want the fiber? And I'm like, I want the nutrients. Not that the fiber is bad, but I'd have to eat like 10 pounds of spinach to get the nutrients. I'd have to eat 10 pounds of grass to get the nutrients. So it's better for me to juice it. Now, do I need to take vitamins and supplements? Yeah, I do. It was working perfectly until you touched it. Okay, so we need vitamins, we need supplements, we need superfoods, we need herbs. But juicing is our frontline defense.
Yes.
And Queen Afua started the 21-day juice feasting program, and I was right behind her.
Yes, thank you for believing.
I was right behind her, and I'm still doing the 21 juice feasting program.
That's so good, Dr. Love. You know, thank you, because we did bond on that. And I think that was the largest class we had, was about 98 students.
That is
and
correct.
And we all came together in your wellness center in mid-Manhattan. And we
did the Imhotep Center for Preventive Medicine.
Yeah, say it again, because this is history.
This is history. The Imhotep Center for Preventive Medicine.
Wow.
And Dr. Wolde Kite and we kicked around the name. because I had loved Chinese medicine. And he said, yeah, that's cool. Love Chinese medicine. Yeah, that's really cool. But you should really connect to the ancient source, Imhotep, the Egyptian god of medicine. I'm like, yeah. And preventive medicine, because we didn't actually know enough at that moment about Egyptian medicine. Since then, I studied with Dr. Charles Finch in Atlanta, and another sister in Baltimore whose name escapes me. But I've now become an expert in ancient Egyptian herbs and ancient Egyptian medicine, which I've incorporated. So I am a priest of Imhotep under the shrine of Ptah Sekhmet Imhotep, which has been ordained by Baba Heru. So we're going to start those online training in June 1st.
Wonderful. That's exciting. What led you to come on this path? Because you've always been very extremely energized as a healer, not lightweight, not laid back. You were always in the forefront of the healing. I was
always aggressive with this. Well, I was a martial artist for 16 years.
Okay. What form of martial art? I was a martial artist. What form of martial art?
I started off with Taekwondo, then I went to Jeet Kune Do, and then I went to Goju. And I studied Tai Chi with Dalu in Central Park. And then he started teaching at the UN, and then I went to his class at the UN, and I ran into the Dalai Lama in the elevator at the UN.
Of course.
In 1979, nobody knew who the Dalai Lama was, but I did. And he said, would you like to change 3 lifetimes of karma in 30 days? And I almost passed out from excitement.
I love it.
3 lifetimes of karma? All the bad stuff I did in my short life? Oh yeah, I need to know that. And he said, be good, be kind, be compassionate. And I heard become passionate. So I was passionate about everything. But then I went to hear him speak in person, and then I heard be compassionate. And he taught me that compassion was holding the hand of your friend who's going through trying times, but standing in your own power. So that doesn't mean lending your friend $500. That doesn't mean letting your friend move in with you. That doesn't mean giving your friend your car. That means just hold space for them, but stand in your power. And you held space for a lot of people, Queen Afua. I know you helped a lot of women who were abused by their families, and you held space for them, and you created an opportunity for them to discover who they were, and you gave them a way to connect to their power through yoga. I remember that. And you will always be in my heart of hearts for the love that you gave to the community. And I'm talking about more than 35 years ago, because my son is 35, and your son is what, 37?
Well, Nova's 41.
Right, but Ali, but I'm talking about Ali. Ali's 37. So this was like right around the time Ali was born. So you were a very special person, and you obviously you still are a special person. But I want everybody who's listening to know how great and how you got started. And we want to honor you as much as you honor the journey that we've both been on all these years.
Wow, I'm so excited about your work and all that you have gathered, because you never waste the time. You gathered, you brought it in, you studied, you just like you said, I'm taking them to the ocean every day for 28 years with the elements, air, fire, water, earth. This is all boosting up our immune system, empowering us. And you know, it's the boosting of the immune system doesn't happen overnight.
It does not happen.
It happens over every breath, every movement, every day. And even like during this crisis, people are listening to you, they're hearing you, they're on the edge, they need inspiration and motivation and education to get the transformation, but not for this period alone, but this is for the rest of our lives now. We're here now to make a commitment. And so I feel your commitment is pouring out to everyone, and that they're feeling it, and they're going through what my maestro, I call him the maestro of music, Cacho Wise, the transformation. I remember the first place I saw of you, all the work that you have done. It is an honor. And see, what happens is the age has gone. You know, the ages, you know, we've gone through different ages of our lives. But
we're 100 years old.
Vibrant now as you was in your 20s and 30s. Okay.
Exactly.
And that's a strong immune system. That's resiliency. So
that's resiliency, and that's exactly what we're doing.
How do they keep up with you? Anyone has a statement or question? I know they're loving you because I can feel it. And guess what? Probably 5,000 people will be seeing you today, because that's the ratio. And your work will go out into the world, and they'll come and study with you. And they'll all be there June 1st, taking the trainings online with you. And some of them will be getting consultations with you. So we know that your work will continue to grow. And thank you so much again for being one of the 76 healers of the book Planet Heal. We need this work more than ever. So continue. Blessings. May Imhotep continue to give you more information and inspiration and all the ancient shining beings. How do they contact you? Could you give the information again?
Okay, so Dr. George Love, Oriental Medicine on Facebook, or Blue Dragon Qigong Academy on Facebook. And then you need to go to one of those to get the invitation to the private group, Boost Your Immune System with Qigong. And the private group gets you into the online class. Or you can just go to loveqigong.com, and there'll be a landing page that'll direct you where you need to go.
Yes, and Dr. Love, let me know how they do. Let me know if they're coming on and getting that wellness, that support. I want to, keep up with your analytics because I know the fact that you're here now and during this time of great crisis, in this format, that this is something that they'll take into their lives for generations. You're growing generations, you have been growing generations, and you will continue to be vibrant and strong and radiant, and blessings to your family, because when a healer does what they do, their family is definitely impacted.
Exactly.
And I know your family is a healing family. So power to you and your wonderful family. Thank you for coming. And I'll be calling you up again. I'm gonna call you. If it's not the book, it's this call. I have vision for all of us to continue to get this work out globally. The globe is calling.
That's good.
So thank you, Dr.
All right, so we are both timeless and ageless. And many thanks. All right.
All right, everyone. That was so good. I am fully awake. Hey. Yes, I am. Healing is a joy. It is a gift. It is a blessing from the Most High. It's not a drudgery. Some people say, I gotta change. I gotta let go of the pain. Is that a good thing? Bringing more joy and positive energy. Yes. The healthier you are, the more vibrant your spirit will be. And the more you will be able to help others. And that's what this is all about. We thank Dr. Love for visiting us in the city of wellness. That's where he lived. We all live here together. Isn't that something? We all live together in our city.
The city of wellness.
I want to do a healing closing affirmation as we open up, we close out, to remind you, where is the power? The power is inside. The way out of all this madness is in. So go in and do your shut-in and your detox. This is your healing retreat. Whether it be 10 days or 30 days or 2 months, this is your opportunity to have a great and powerful healing retreat. So go in and do your work, do your juicing, take your vitamins and your green supplements and your healing baths we've been sharing. Do your massage and your exercise and your dance. Oh, we have such wonderful healers that will be coming every day. another healer. Look out for the schedule. It's going to go out today. So you'll see what we're doing every day so you can get everybody lined up and say, listen, oh my gosh, we have another healer coming. Oh, this is exciting. That's a healer within the home is coming to your home to heal you and your family. So let's keep this going, get the word out. There's healing that must be done. So don't get caught up in the toxicity. Get lifted up into the rapture of wellness. The power to heal is within you. And you have the mighty power to heal yourself. Welcome again to your new home in the city of wellness, where the family is Planet Heal. They're bringing it to you. See you tomorrow, 10th day. Today is day 9. Completion. Make it happen. Give thanks.